Now we are right time. I think we'll start the session. So I welcome Kannan Narayanan to provide welcome note. Followed that can go with the session.
Yeah, very good. Very good morning, everyone. Once again, it is our pleasure to have you all on third weekend in succession. Consider third week. Thanks for your dedication and more so, thanks for your interest in participating in our Chennai Trailblazer community activities. So, this series is a refresher. We started off with the primary focus on um, number one for the participants to understand the agentic ecosystem, GenAI and Agentforce ecosystem. That's how we primarily covered.
Sorry, can I adjust your mic a little bit so that we
Are you not able to hear me?
yeah, little bit yeah.
Is it better?
Yeah,
Okay, sure,
yes, sir.
sure. Oh, thank you. So, yeah, the first part to this three-part series is primary to engage the audience and elevate the awareness of the generative AI and agentic AI ecosystem and how it works in the entire technology space. And then we kind of jumped into more specifically on the Salesforce part of agentic AI. Subsequently, we did a deep dive with the various tenets of Salesforce GenAI slash Agentforce capabilities features. We started out with a very basic prompt builder, and then we moved on to the other capabilities such as agent builder and so on and so forth. So today we will bring all of them together. Right? We will focus on some of the advanced capabilities of Agentforce. With the primary outcome is after you have followed all three these sessions as well as practiced certain exercises, right, and also followed the curriculum of Agentforce Specialist, you should be confident enough to go and appear for the Salesforce Agentforce slash AI Specialist exam. So, best wishes to all of you. Now, moving on. So, I would like to reintroduce the speaker for today, who is Rajesh. Rajesh is again very familiar to all of you in the at least in the Chennai ecosystem, and he has been one of the regular speakers and contributors for our various events. And now, additionally, I also have a greatest pleasure of announcing that Rajesh has further down co-lead responsibility for one of our Chennai communities, which is architect community, which I have been leading, and now I will have additional hand, helping hand in the form of Rajesh. So, with congratulations and very warm welcome to Rajesh in that role. Now I will turn it over to Rajesh. Rajesh, please start.
Thank you so much, sir. Just give me 1 minute.
Yeah, please start off, Rajesh. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Kanan, sir, for setting the context, and thank you so much, everyone. I know it's a weekend, and so if you are decided to spend a good amount of time with us, the next 90 minutes, isn't it? Yeah, to continue a journey in Agent Force. So, first things first. What we will do today is, see, this is the last day in our three-part series, isn't it? But this is not the end. So we will continue this journey. That's most important. We want to impart this AI awareness in everyone's mind, and especially being in Salesforce ecosystem, there are a lot of developments happening around AI agents and especially the generative AI. So it is important for us to learn so that we can help our customers when we implement AI for them. Um, we can help our customers and then accelerate the productivity and increase the business value. So that's the overall goal. Um, so what I'll do is first I'll stop sharing my screen just to show some bandwidth. Uh, yeah. So what I'll do is I'll quickly take you through the recap. Okay, what we did in day one and day two, because some of you might be joining for the first time. Yeah, but don't worry, the recordings are available. You will get the recordings. You'll find the recordings in our Twilight community. Plus, it will also be posted in SF Media and the YouTube. So you will get all the recordings for the later reference as well. Yeah. So we will do a lot of hands-on today, as in we will do demos to see the capabilities of AI and where you will be tested. Because the way how we prepare for the certification would be a little different, from the way how we sit and then learn for enriching our knowledge. Yeah. So we'll talk about those things as well, how we can train ourselves to prepare or get ready for the certification. Okay, when you see the demo, you will get an understanding. Okay, how it is used. So what are the components involved? When we build something in Agentforce. So that will certainly help you, in cracking your Agentforce Specialist certification. Okay, so so these are little little advanced concepts probably in data cloud. We'll just touch base on that as well. Okay. But so once that is done, towards the end we'll give you the study guide, which also helps you to focus on where you need to invest time, learn, and then prepare for the certification. Okay. Finally, we'll just take questions that you may have. Okay, so that's the plan for today. Next 90 minutes, this is what we're going to do it. Yeah. Perfect. So, first things first. So we are here to discuss about the certification point, or discuss the I think the specialist certification. So we'll start from the certification point of view. You will be tested against all the five different categories. Correct. So the majority of questions will be around prompt engineering, concepts. Yeah. And pretty much with the data cloud, you will get 20% of questions, and the remaining questions are distributed across the CRMA capabilities, the default capabilities available in sales and service. Okay, so that's pretty much. So sorry, I thought I was sharing the screen. My bad, my bad. Yeah, this is what I was referring to about this agenda. Okay, I'm so sorry. I thought I was sharing the screen. Yes. So this is how we should take a look at the certification, especially from cracking the certification standpoint. Yeah. So in the last couple of days, in a couple of sessions, we spoke about the prompt builder, we spoke about the Agentforce concepts. So today we will talk about the data cloud, how it is integrated in Agentforce, what business problems that we can solve. Yeah, with the data cloud, with the data cloud component into the mix. Okay, so a quick recap. What we did in day one, we talked about how one can enable Agentforce, correct? From an admin standpoint, what permissions is that you need. From a user standpoint, what permissions that you need, correct? We talked about the prompt and prompt builder, how it is used, everything, isn't it? Yeah. So where we need to focus on from the certification point of view, from the point of view, you need to know the different types of prompt templates available, isn't it? Yeah. So that is important because there will be questions around the prompt template types, when it is used, the appropriate usage of each prompt template. You will be given a scenario. We did do a few knowledge checks, right? Just to test our knowledge around the concepts we learned. So that's what we did in day one. And then three important things when it comes to prompting. It is not just for Salesforce, but whether you work outside of Salesforce and then try to build AI models, try to build AI applications, we only focus on these things. Prompting, the way how you communicate to the LLM models. That's important. Just like always remember that you are talking to a kid. Okay, you have to be as detailed as possible with your prompting, isn't it? So you have to elaborate. Okay, give all the necessary information to the LLM, right? And data grounding concept is nothing but the LLM doesn't know anything about your customer data. So it is important for us to provide the customer data to the LLM. So that's the second thing that you should remember. The third one is the choice of choosing the LLM. And what we did learn in the last session, right? Salesforce doesn't have its own LLM model, isn't it, per se? It has one for code generation, which is called Export Gen. But what Salesforce has done is they have partnered with the players in the market. You have Google, you have Microsoft, you have Anthropic. So Salesforce has started, partnering up with all these LLM providers, and we have an option to choose multiple LLMs, correct, to get their output. So all these things, how we configure everything we did in day one, isn't it? and then and then we just moved forward to day two, where we started talking about trust, because I just said just few moments ago that Salesforce is using third party LLMs, correct, from Microsoft, Anthropic, but at the end of the day they are still third party, correct. As a customer, how do I trust the third party LLM providers that Salesforce has, tied up with? Because at the end of, for me, as a customer of Salesforce, I trust Salesforce because I believe that they keep my data safe and secure, correct? But here, for us to use AI in Salesforce, Salesforce is in turn using a third party LLM models. So how do we convince our customer, or how do we give confidence to our customer that yes, even though Salesforce is using third-party LLM, we still ensure that our data is kept secure. The trust is maintained, trust is managed. So that's why the trust layer concept, we did talk about it, and we talk about all the concepts, the masking, prompt difference, toxicity, etc. The thing that you should remember from the certification point of view is you will be tested where about around the masking concepts. You'll be tested, about the prompt difference, the toxicity score between 0 and 1. What does it happen? When exactly this trust layer kick in? Yeah, zero data retention. That's another checkpoint, another way that Salesforce ensures that none of the data, even accidentally, it's stored at the third party provider. Correct. So it is a concept that we did speak about, right? And we talked about the agent force for developers, where as a developer, what does agent force offer me? So it's totally free, extension available, and the Salesforce uses its own AI, extend code for for generating the generate code. Yeah. So we talked about it. We did see how we can use it, all such things, right? And we moved on building agents. Right? So basically, a nice UI, the chat UI with the AI intelligence baked in, right? So we talked about what is an agent, and we talked about the building blocks, topics, instructions, actions. Finally, the brain that let's usually use it. So this concept might seem, little heavy when you look at it for the very first time, but when we break this down and then trivialize this by applying some analogy, right, then it's so easy for us to understand this agent concept. Because at the end of the day, you know, uh, uh, you know, we wanted to mimic the human behavior. When I ask something about booking a movie, so what do you typically do? You look at various portals, right? Yeah, portals like Book My Show or PVR Cinemas, correct? So these are the tools available. Comes handy for us to book a ticket, isn't it? So, so when I ask some other question about sports, of course you will immediately know that okay, Rajesh is asking about question about sports. Then accordingly we will respond. So basically, just like how our mind thinks, okay, we want to build that capability in our agent so that the user can ask anything. It could be around sports, it could be around movies, it could be around writing a story. The topics will help the agent to give that, help the agent to appropriately, action. Okay. So to understand, we picked up this example. Think about you as a wedding planner. Yeah. So, um, just give me 1 minute. All right, I'm back. Yeah. So think about a wedding plan. As a wedding planner, right? If you put yourself, wedding planner. So, so when somebody on the bridegroom or the uh, bride is asking about, the catering menu, so ask about how are we planning the guest management. Someone will come and then ask wedding theme planning topics. But based on the question, no, you can able to answer. You can action on it, correct? When somebody asking about, okay, what is the menu plan for dinner, you can able to produce that menu plan, correct? What is the menu plan for lunch? Of course, you can able to produce it. What's the theme around which we are going to decorate that entire wedding hall? Of course, you know that as a human, you know that okay, this is about the person is asking about the wedding theme. So what do? You simply action on it. So exactly thing can see the system. Okay, yeah. So so remember this, simple analogy will able to get. So to take any business process, think and then try to put together a simple chart. Okay, the different topics around which the questions will be will coming uh, will be coming. Then do I how do I action it? Yeah, how do I action it? Can I is it about fetching data from XYZ system and then and then showing it on the system, showing it on the screen, or is it about creating some record, updating some record? So all these are possible actions, sending an email, etc. So that's how when you have to design, then we can technically apply it. That's not a problem. Okay, but this is important because we wanted to think in this way so that we can build the AI agents that's beneficial for the business. Okay, we'll continue this and then see what we are going to do with. So before we close our discussion in the last session, we picked up this business scenario where we kind of we decided to automate this, correct? A simple way to creating a lead instead of using the screens and everything. We wanted to just do it using AI, correct? So how did this work? Initially, if you remember, there was no. Uh, what is that question? Okay, I'll move forward. Yeah. Um, One thing, whenever we build AI agents, right? These AI agents are not, super. It's um, yeah. So one thing we did notice that the AI does not have all the capabilities. It doesn't have. Salesforce is helping us in terms of bringing some inherent capabilities, but that's not sufficient to address all our business areas. Even the simple case of creating a lead, yeah, Salesforce did not have any capability. Okay, and that's where you and I will come into the play, a developer, administrators. We will build that capability so that finally, right, you can able to make that AI understand our question, right? Pick up the right topic, then action, then action, which is setting up, creating a real exercise. Okay, yeah. So we will be creating few more agents today. Okay, but this is where we kind of stop in the last session. Okay, yeah. Um, One thing where you will be tested from the certification point of view. Okay, so this standard action, this custom action, because sending an email is something that Salesforce gives you out of the box. But creating a lead, it's not available. So what we do is typically we use flows, we use Apex, we use prompts to bring or to build some capability. We call it custom actions. Okay, so you will be tested against the type of options available for us to build the custom action. Okay, to enhance agents capability. Okay, so that's something you'll be tested in the certification. But when you work in the customer project and then start with this implementation, okay, you will be doing the same thing. You will be using flows or Apex or templates to enhance the capability where it is lacking. Okay, we'll see a few scenarios today. Okay, and with the live demos, so you can able to understand this better. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So before we move forward, I just wanted to take a few moments and then run a couple of knowledge check questions. Okay. So so if you remember the last slide, you can able to answer this. Just take a look at the question and then just say A, B, or C in the chat window. Which one would you go with? This is about again custom action. Think of custom action as a additional capability that you are introducing, to your agent. Okay. So which one would you go with? Is it option A, B, or C? Already I started seeing B. Oh, look at Z. Okay. Nobody wants to go with option A or C. Okay. Perfect. All right. It's quite, it's quite straightforward, isn't it? But this kind of questions will certainly, appear in your presentation. Okay. Yeah. Remember that. Yeah. Good. The right answer is contemplate. Number two. Take a look at this and then, share your share your response. Already I started seeing B. It's called either B or yeah. I know B and C are are very very close. Yeah, very very close. But what's the question carefully? Nobody wants to go with super cool. So either A, B, or C. Okay. All right. Okay. The right answer. Let's see. Yeah. So the right answer is option B. Why or why? But look at the clues. So the ask is right. We wanted to take input from the user, isn't it? Sales order number, and then we wanted to use to generate the submit. Right? This is pretty much more like what we implemented in the previous sessions, like this. I want to take a customer number, and then I wanted to generate a summary for a peer review. Correct? Just like this, just like pretty much just like this, right? I wanted to build a screen, isn't it? So how do you build a screen? I can use, of course, Aura components or LWC, rather, right? Or screen flow, quite straightforward. So that's the reason, the screen flow is important right here in the answer. Okay. While the screen flow is good, I can use the prompt template, okay, which in fact, summarize the data for me and then gives the output back into the page, just like this, isn't it? That's why option B is correct. Option C is off way, off way. It's off way to 50%. Yes. Yeah, you can use a flow to call the template. All it's fine. But auto launch flow, will not accept the data correct from the user from the screen. Correct. So that's the reason option C is incorrect. Okay. Yeah. So with this, we'll get started. Okay. We'll continue our discussion on the ages. Yeah. So we'll do that in the next 60 minutes and then we can wrap up. So this is going to be the next business scenario that we wanted to, achieve using AI. Yeah. So I'll give you 15 seconds to read this scenario. Then we'll talk about how it can be implemented, how it is implemented. I'll show you how it is implemented, followed by the discussion. I'll give you 15 seconds to read through this. Uh, okay. So if you look at this, the business, we're trying to automate a business, which is the complete, the campaign management. Typically, when a marketing campaign needs to be created, it has to be done to the user. UI, isn't it? We want to change that behavior. We wanted to, enable users to create a campaign using AI, just using the chat interface, add members using the chat interface, and also look at the performance, right? Which campaign members have attended an event, how many did not show up, and what's the total spend? Are the getting the required ROI out of this campaign, all such things. Yeah. So how about building such agent? How do you build that capability inside this agent is what we're going to see. So of course, how do you launch the here? We talked about it. Okay. Right now, if I ask the agent, okay, if I ask the agent, hey, can you um, help me set up a campaign? Okay. Let's see what's going to be the response. Let's wait. Name of the campaign you want to set. I'll say that it is about the new product launch. That's the campaign name I wanted to create. I'll say this is about the. So now you can just see this, right? The system has actually created a campaign for me. I'll show you. I'll show you whether the campaign is there or not. So you took some information, bare minimum information, on the type of campaign, and the campaign name. Did I miss the title? Let's go back. Hmm, Let's see. Let's wait for this to show up. Yeah, this is why it's not there. I say can you from campaign for me? Let's see what's there. Directly open. Yes. Show me the campaign. Let's wait for this to show up. Hmm. It's kind of hallucinating something. It says it's created, it has created a campaign. But when I asked it, it's not saying that there are no results. And when I search, it's not happening. Correct? Yeah. New product launch. Let's see. No, it's not there. It's not at all there. Okay, which means, which means the AI is doesn't have this capability of creating a campaign for me, isn't it? Yeah, certainly it doesn't have the capability, but it is trying to give me it's giving me some response, something that it has hallucinated, thing hallucinated in a sense. We did say that campaign was created, but it is not there at all. Okay, we need to fix this. Yeah. So typically, when you pick up a business scenario, this is the state where we will be. Okay, not every capability will be available. I'll show you one capability that is already available. Okay, I'll say, can you show me contacts from Genie Point? Okay, let's see whether it's going to pull all the contacts. Doing research, and whenever you say this doing research, it's taking time. Behind the scenes, it's the trust layer that's the context. Come on, show me that. Yeah. So behind the scenes, the trust layer is actually taking your data and then it's making a call to the LLM. Also things are happening. Okay. Now I'll ask a question. I'll ask I'll give a task. Okay. Can you send an email to Frank? Okay. About new product launch event. So, so this email option, okay, sending it, it's something that Salesforce has inherently added as a capability to the agent. I don't have to do anything. Yeah, you can just see this. The email is ready. I can just review once and then I can just send an email, or I can just copy this and then use it in another email agent. That's fine. But you can just see this is an inherent capability available. But the campaign is not. It's not. Okay. In such cases, how do we proceed forward? Right? Think, remember this event management. Yeah. Pretty much we're gonna approach the same. Yeah, this is it. Yeah. So we decided to automate this, and then you have this. We will be adding this new capability called campaign management to the marketing agent. Okay, and things like we wanted to have different topics. One to manage the campaign, one to manage the campaign members, the audience, the other one to performance related questions. Just 1 minute. And then you will have actions that includes setting up a campaign, which is nothing but creating a record, and adding a campaign member, which is also creating a record. Yeah, but we want to do everything just through this agent. I think that's the whole idea. Yeah. So when you implement this, how does it look like? I'll show you. It's logging the pod while it's running. The time permits I would have taken you the step by step, but we have some detailed sessions planned later in the later as part of the community sessions. So that time we'll go in detail, each step by step, everything and how it is configured. But a high level, I'll keep it so that you will understand the capabilities and move forward. Let's quickly see this. So we'll go to the agents. We'll go to the Agentforce agents, isn't it? And we know that there is only one internal agent, which named the Agentforce default, which can be used, which is used only by the internal employees. Isn't it? And let's go to the builder. This is where we go and then right. Let's go here. We have campaign management configured already. Yes, we can just see this. So we did clearly see that. So we built, we created this topic. You can just take a version of this, right? Just like how we work in flows, multiple things are supported in agents so that you don't have to stop, you don't have to deactivate the live agent, right? So create a new version. So right now version 1 is active. Either clone the version, start making changes. So in my case, I'm go ahead to deactivate it just for time being. Okay. But you don't have to do this in the actual implementation. So a topic can be created once you are deactivated. So a new topic. So just like that, we created a topic here. Okay, and just look at the instructions. Okay, and this is where again we need to we need to ensure that the instructions are really accurate, right? So the agents are going to are going to use your instructions as directions, right? To ensure that the right topic is picked, the right action is selected. The previous example, I showed you how the agent started showing the email, correct? When I said I wanted to send an email for the product launch, it did pick up my intent and then accordingly, started showing the email, isn't it? So how is it done? Because of the instructions. When instructions has to be so clear or rather simple rather. So this is where you spend more time. Just like how you explain everything to a kid, step by step, in detail. So we are going to do that. Okay, I can just see this. If users require assistance, with respect of campaign management, this is what I want to do. Yeah, all such things are listed right here. Okay, so focus on instructions, that is important. After that, what happens? We have to act on it, isn't it? When somebody says setting up a campaign, how do we set up a campaign? There is no capability, and that's where the actions come. Okay. So what we did is, right, we built, a flow, an auto launch to flow, where it just takes, the campaign like this. You see that. There's nothing but a flow. You can just see this. Yeah. And takes inputs like the campaign name, brand settings, everything. Yeah. Uh, just give me 1 minute, guys. I'll be on mute. I'm so sorry. I know there will be a lot of background noise. How about now? Is it still, you see the background noise? Kind of outside.
Yeah, now it's good.
That's noise cancellations. Okay, now at least better. Yeah.
Yeah, Rajesh. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be moving forward. So the idea is building the capability that is missing. So we have this action, custom action that ensures that the capability is in the gap is filled, correct? So use either flow, Apex, prompt template, or APIs to fill that. That's exactly what is done. Now with this, we go on to this. Okay, we'll go and then check whether the campaign creation is happening here. Okay. So I want to set up campaign. Okay, spelling is incorrect. That is fine. Coming product launch, Ola, right? So it's asking the name of the campaign, the type of the campaign, and profit. Why it is asking these questions? Because the reason is, if we go back now, the builder, okay, we have configured the agent, okay, with instructions to ask cost, to ask the type of the campaign. It could be webinar, partner, conference, okay, and the campaign. Yeah. So this is the reason why instructions, really matter. So based on instructions, the agent will work. Yeah. So I'll go ahead and then set up the give the answer. Say that it's about uh, Net Pro mobile. It's the insurance uh, cost is 300 kg. Okay. Let's see what's going to happen. So the agent will apply its intelligence to read to understand the correct that was entered by me, and then it did create a new campaign with an ID. Let's see whether this is there or not. Previously, it was simply hallucinating. So it is create, but it didn't happen in the last thing. But now you can just see this where the campaign got created. Now this is exactly what we wanted to see, right? Yeah. And we introduced a new capability. How did we do that? We used custom actions. In this case, setting up a campaign, correct? Exactly what we did, and then we managed to complete. So this is how agents capability can be enriched. Okay, whenever you go, okay, whenever you pick up a particular business use case, right? So um, this is exactly what we did. Okay, the topic was there. That's a custom action using the flow to create a campaign record. I can extend this further. I have another custom action that will create campaign members. Basically, I will be using logos again. Yeah. Then I can have a custom action that will query the performance of the campaign, right? How many attended, received the email, all such things. Yeah. So so this is how agents can be creator or new topics and capabilities can be. Okay. So from the certification point of view, as I said earlier, learn about the topics again, learn about how do you know how to create custom actions, various ways in which you create custom actions. Okay, so in that way, um, yeah, in that way, right, you'll be able to extend the capability of the agents. So this is cool. So far, this is cool. Now, what is next? The agent is ready, right? Uh, So far, what we have seen, right, that's only the agents that can be used within Salesforce, isn't it? Yeah. Within Salesforce, which means only internal offices can able to use it. But can I use Agentforce to extend this capability outside of Salesforce in Slack or or in a community portal or a partner portal website, etc. Can I do that? Yeah. The answer is yes. It is possible. How do I do? Okay. We'll quickly see that, then we can move forward. Okay. Yeah. So why we are discussing this? Because it is
Rajesh?
okay. I'm back. I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I know there is a background noise.
Yeah, background noise. Maybe you can adjust your mic as well so that you can clearly hear some of them having issue.
Just trying to find a place where I can sit without any background noise, or at least just a minute. How about now? Is it okay? At least
Yeah, now there is no background noise. Yeah, so sound also good. So you can continue. Thank you, Rajesh.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to juggle between a couple of things. So that's the reason. All right. So yes, the point is that how do I move this agent post to Slack, WhatsApp, or company website? So how do we do it? So this is where the custom agents or external agents. Okay. So how do you build a new agent? Very, very simple. All you have to do is there is an option to create an agent. Then just like how we did, what we did in the custom campaign management. So you'll be creating topics, you'll be creating actions, etc. You'll be using standard actions, custom actions. That's it. After which, you'll be using platform features to get this, deployed across various channels. Okay. But always remember the instructions are really, really important because you are directing the agent what needs to be done. Just like how humans, right, will understand the intent, correct? Accordingly, will just respond. If it is about a movie, yeah. If it is about sports, yes. So just like this, in the instructions really matters. That's going to help the agents to choose the right, to path to move forward. So how do we create it? Fairly simple. Okay, we'll be doing it right from the agent, right here, new agent. But before I do this, click on, before I start creating a new agent, what I would like to do is I would like to combine this with couple more features. So they'll also learn how data cloud comes. Okay, we'll create an agent once we see the couple of capabilities and then create an agent. Okay, yeah. So creating agent is fine. Number two, this is important because not every scenario is straightforward. Business scenario is straightforward. A lot of times we need to deal with unstructured data, isn't it? Yeah. So like this, imagine that this is a company that sells drones, that manufactures and then sells drones, and we wanted an agent that will be used by the customers. Okay, where the customers can able to ask any questions around. Just a minute, is it working? Let me check. It's working. All right. So think about this. I wanted to set up something like this, where I have my own company data, which contains the product compliance, policies, product returns, and everything. Okay. I want to build an agent, which I can deploy in a customer portal or or on a Slack channel. Sorry, not Slack, on a customer portal or a website. Okay. So that when customer is asking some questions around, how do I reach you for any drone repairs? What's the policy, all such things, right? Yeah. How do I do it? Okay. So for this one, Salesforce provides you the capability called data library. Okay. Yeah. So this is more like a think of a folder. Okay, where you can keep all your files. That's all it is. Okay. That's one way of thinking. Okay. The point is, you have a library keep that will help you to manage your files. But there are some, how do I put it? It may not work all the time. As in, if you use static files, we'll talk about what other options are available because you will be tested. Your knowledge will be tested on how you can use, how you will be using Agentforce data library. Okay, so in the certification, your paper certification. So that's the reason, you know, that's the reason the Agentforce data library concept is important. You should learn before you appear for the certification. Okay. So let's see how the data library is created when we build an agent. Okay. So this is how it will look like from the screen standpoint. Okay, we'll set this up very quickly. Okay, and what we do is let's do a demo. Okay. So first things first, I wanted to go and then set up
One.
this right. I click on agent. We're going to combine this agent force plus the agent force data library. Thereby, we will just see how data cloud comes in. Okay. So I'm gonna use, I can have two options. Either I can use a template or I can use Gen AI, where I don't have to do much. I can just tell Gen AI what needs to be done. Okay, it will create the topics and actions for me. It's fairly simple, instead of me going to the template and then creating multiple steps. I'll go ahead and then create this Gen AI. Okay, so what is not on to So it's fairly simple. I'll go with this approach. What I'm going to do is to, yeah, this is the instruction that I wanted to give Gen AI so that it creates an agent for me. Okay, that's the whole idea. Okay, very, very simple, straightforward. It's a drone support AI which helps customers, with queries around specs, downloads, warranties, etc. Okay, now let's see what happens. See, the code components will just remain the same topics, actions, so everything is pre-filled, isn't it? Yeah. But what I'll do is I'll just say my company name is Future Tech Limited, which is a major which manufactures and sells drones. Okay. Yeah. That's the company's description. Future image. Okay. Now I'll create a new agent user. And why this is important? These two are important, and you will be tested in the certification aspect. Um, so this will keep track of all the conversations for the audit call. Data goes and then sits, it really matters. It goes into the data. Okay, it will not sit in our org logs. It will go and then sit in data cloud. So that's where the data cloud, steps in. Number two, a new user gets created when I hit this next button. Okay, automatically gets created and required permissions set, license, everything gets assigned. So the idea is when a new user gets created, you can able to use this new user and then control the data security. Okay, if you don't want to give access to any object or any records, you can able to certainly configure it at this user level. Okay, that's the whole idea. Whenever you expose this agent to outside, because we don't want it to expose the agent with full permission, right? Yeah. So that's where the agent user, the new user comes into play. Click on next thing what happens. So Salesforce is going to help me again, okay, with the pre-configured topic. You can just see this, right? Yeah, I'll keep this. I'll keep this. If I need, I can able to, yeah, click on next. Okay, and this is where the data library comes in. Okay, I can create multiple libraries and then keep it ready. Okay, I've already created a library. I can show you how to create one, which is fairly simple. Click on this. Okay, and you can just give an name. Let's say drone. Let's say library name is drone. Let's call it as drone FAQ and the policies and the policies. Okay. gonna say data type. Okay, this is what I want to say. I can static files, or I can give a file the access settings, extract the or system data. So it's closely related to data, which you will see. I'm gonna go with static files. Okay, and here I can upload the files that I have. So I'll go and then say these are the files that I want to upload the file, okay, and make it ready for agents to use it. Okay, so let's see. Take a bit. Looks like it's done. Perfect. We will talk about behind the scenes what is happening. Okay, after that's are loaded. Okay, and see how it is related to data cloud everything after we see and how. Okay, this is cool. So now, as you have seen, when an agent is built, right, it is possible for us to attach a data library so that you are restricting the boundary. Okay, because I don't want the agent to think, hallucinate, go out of the out of this context. Correct? I want all the questions to be answered just with the data that's coming from all these, all this company level data, company level policies, compliance, etc. That's the whole idea of this data. I'll click on create. Now the agent will be. Let's wait for this to complete. I think I have exceeded the limits. I have no four agents. Okay, it's okay. Yeah, a lot of agents are available. I have exceeded the limits. So it's going. I'll show you. I'll show you now how this is. But that's the last step. Okay. Once you say that we hit this button, create, we create this. Okay. So, yeah, this is precisely what we wanted to do. So, okay, I will just change this is the only creator. So, and the one, just to show you how it works. Okay, now let's see. Let's see if whether this is working or not. I um, right. I just say how do we return. Okay, maybe I'll just say that I have received faulty flow. So let's see. I really want the agent to pick up the data. Uh, okay, let's see the issue. No, I don't want. Taking time. It will take a bit of time. There is a reason to it. Okay. What I'll do is I'll keep this open. Okay, keep this open. We'll come back here and then check why, and then come back and then ask the same question. Okay. Yeah. It might take a bit because behind the scenes something is happening. Yeah. I will talk about what is happening behind the scenes, then come back. Okay. So pretty much we did see two things. One is the external agent, other one is a data library. One thing I also wanted to show you is whenever, as I said, when you create an agent, external agent basically, a custom agent, a new user gets created, correct? You can just see this, and the service agent user for each service agent that is running. So whatever data level security that I wanted to set, I can do it at this level. So use permission sets, because we know that right profiles are no longer encouraged to set up security in Salesforce. So use permission set and then accordingly configure. Okay, that's something you should remember. Now, there is one. This is a scenario that we just picked up, right? Where we are building this drone support, right? Yeah. So this is another term called RAG we typically use. It's exactly what we have done. Okay. Yeah. retrieval augmented and generated, augmented system. Basically, you are restricting the AI to work within the data that you have. That's all it is. Okay, especially when you have unstructured data. In this case, right? You are setting the boundary. That's all it is. That's what it is happening. But there are few terms like embedding, vector searches, or other. We'll just see them just a yeah. That's exactly what we did. Like how we set up the library, right? And where you will be questioned or where your knowledge is checked, supported different data sources that are supported. Okay. File straightforward, which we did that, web straightforward URLs. Salesforce knowledge. It is also possible for you to configure knowledge. That's also possible. Yeah. If you have a service cloud license, knowledge is enabled, right? You can able to ask the agent, the AI agent, to use knowledge article, description, everything, to support answering the questions to the users. The question support answering question, answering answer to the user question. Okay. And the last one, custom retriever. So this one comes into the play, especially when we're dealing with text messages. Okay. Or you have some raw data in the system in our or and you wanted to use data cloud or you wanted to use and you wanted to um, use that raw data, unstructured data in your or and then feed that into your AI to answer user questions. So that time, custom retrievers will really come to the play. Okay, yeah. I'll show you one example to set up the retriever in the next 5 minutes. Okay, and then we can come back and then. Okay, but remember this so that you can able to have at least 3 questions per section. Okay. Once it is done, what did we do? Just map the data library and so now. So exposing this external agent to the outside world, okay, like this. Okay, it's fairly simple. The top two, the top one, the agent force is what we have just done. Okay, so typically in this case, right, let's say I wanted to expose this to a customer portal. Okay, so agent force has no role here. Okay, so all we have to do is we have to use Service Cloud to configure the omnichannel routing configuration. All that. This is typical Service Cloud configuration. If at all you wanted to expose your agent to customer portals or partners. Okay. And of course, customer portals or partners and you can create using Experience Cloud licenses. Okay. So Experience Cloud. Experience Cloud as well. I can use platform features like messaging channel, embedded service channel to expose this outside. I'll show you that. I'll show you this how it is done. So we have an agent correct ready. So to expose this to the outside world, very first thing what we do is we will just enable the omnichannel. Okay. Yeah. So like this, omnichannel is exposed. Okay. Then you will the routing configuration. Request comes in. Okay. When the user at window and then saying that hi, I wanted to I have a faulty drone and then I wanted to send it for repair. When this message is sent by the user, how does that message uh, directed to the agent, to the AA agent? So this is where, for example, I pick up this. I can use omni-channel flow to do the job. We go to the connection channel. That show you the flow. So this knowledge is essential. That's all it is. Okay, but I would encourage to try this out. Anyways, we will have more sessions later to the community to do a deep dive. Uh, this is the one. Basically, what we do is we use flows of the omnichannel flow, the flow of flow type omnichannel to route that route that chat, to the agent. Okay, yeah. So it's a simple, one liner, okay, or one element that will pick up the messaging session and it will simply route it to the agent. That's all it is. Okay. So once you set this up, all we have to do is we have to come back to the agent. Okay, let's say I wanted to make this agent exposed, outside of Salesforce. I can just simply configure this, which is nothing but, you can just click on add and you will just choose the option. It's already included. Maybe I'll just choose another one. So, agents. Let's try this marketing agent. All we have to do is go to connections. That's how you connect. You know, uh, oh, I didn't map this one. Okay, probably I didn't do that. So I have to create a flow again. Map the agent. Here it is customer code. There it is Ava customer agent, right? If I just map to the agent right here, like partner agent, etc., then I should be able to okay. Let's go here. So the point is we need omni-channel flow. Okay, a bit of service cloud concepts to ensure that the AI agent and routing is okay. Then I can use messaging channel, which is where I will use. So this is where uh, the options to deploy. You can just see this, right? It's possible for us to create a new deployment. I'll just show you the existing one. Okay. So this is where we configure and test it. Basically, if you want to expose this to an external website, you have this code as well, which you can give it to any website admin. And as soon as it is added and whitelisted, you're all good to use Salesforce agent outside of website. Yeah. If you wanted to create, if you wanted to make this agent to, to deploy in another channel like WhatsApp, etc., you can create a new channel. You have an options right here. It helps you to deploy it in various. Okay. So so the whole point is it is possible for you to start creating custom agents and having it deployed across various, that's the whole idea. Okay. So you'll be tested around these concepts. So with that, okay. Uh, yeah, exactly. No, that's what I've just explained. So you will be, you'll be creating, this is the exact step that you need to follow to create, to publish this publishes the outside external website, especially that it's outside. Okay, I can have one. Show you. And try this. Let's see. 11:30. Yeah, my sincere apologies again. I know place where I'm just looking, but call is not so noisy. This experience cloud, how it works, expose this. Okay. I think something of that sort. But this is the experience, that end user will, right? So you create an agent and anyways, we'll move forward. We have next 20 minutes. Yeah, I have three things to tell you. Okay. So let's knowledge. Okay, based learn. Okay. Take 15 seconds of your time, and then I would like you guys to, choose which one you want to go with. Okay, so option A, B, or C. So this is a business scenario. Which case I'll let you guys to choose which one to go with. It's B from Raghav. Okay. All right, Vijay thinks it's C. Okay, I'll let everyone to give a try. That's okay. Even if it is wrong, that's absolutely fine. There is no, we will discuss out. Okay. All right. So the ask is simple, isn't it? Yeah. The clue here is we wanted the agent to just play around only with the data that's available within the org, especially especially the details around the reimbursement rate, conditions, complaints, etc. So this is exactly எங்க இருக்கு? Just 1 minute, please. Sorry. So I think a lot of folks wants to go with C. Let's see. This is the right answer. It is C. Because it's exactly, what we just did. We wanted the data to be, added into the agent force through the library. And then the same can be used, or configured so that the agent cannot go or will not go outside the boundary. It will not hallucinate within the boundary, isn't it? So that's exactly what it is. So the whole point is the agent force data library is the one that can be used currently. Okay. And one more, let's see. So sorry, I think I just revealed the answer. Okay, anyways. So this no, this is about what happens when the files are uploaded. Okay, I was telling that the data cloud is the one that is going to that's going to pick up the files, right? But what's happening once the files are picked up by data cloud after I upload it? Okay, that's exactly where the data cloud functionalities come into the play. Okay, because what we have is some random, content, right, in all these files, isn't it? Yeah. So behind the scenes, happens is loaded, it gets chunked and vectorized, which is fairly simple. Okay. So just like how we have other databases, SQL, MongoDB, etc. Right? Yeah. So we need a special database to hold this unstructured data. Okay. Yeah. And there is a special way to store this data. So this database that will manage unstructured data and how it be stored in a format that it is easily retrievable when we ask agent, when we ask agent to bring the data. So everything is managed in data cloud. Okay, how is it done? Let's go right here and then check. So all you have to do is just go to cloud. We uploaded these files, correct? Yeah, we uploaded these files. But behind the scenes, as soon as it is uploaded, the data cloud will pick this up. And if I go right here to the data explorer, I'll not go in detail into what each functionalities are in data cloud, but I'll just show you how or where the data goes. Okay. Yeah. So you can just see. You can see this, right? This is what we call chunks. Basically, the data, whenever you upload a file, okay, that goes and then sits right here. As you can just see, chunks, you know. If a document contains, 5,000 words, so it will split that and then stores the data in different chunks. So that is easily retrievable, as you can just see. Okay. So this is typically works as a first step. Okay. Once this is done, yeah. Now the chunk is created, it is stored in the vector database back in the data cloud. How does this data, get fetched? How does this data, how do we make this data available when the agent is querying the data? Yeah. So this is done using something called search index. So go right here, you look for search, you will find this automatically created. You don't have to do anything. Okay, trust me. It's all done by Salesforce, especially when you deal with files. Okay. So click here. This is what you call the search index, and there is something called retriever Salesforce, and this is more like a middleman. Okay, think of that way. So whenever you uploaded the data, okay, automatically the Salesforce will create a retriever through which you can able to use it, or through which you can able to see the data available to patient whenever it is queried. Okay, that's typically happens. Okay, not only here. Okay, not only here. Whenever you deal with unstructured data, this is the same process. Okay, so whether the Amazon S3 or you want your case data to be loaded into the data cloud, or opposite data loaded into the data cloud for analysis, you will be doing the same data streams data model, then search index followed by the retrieve. Okay, that's typically what we do. Okay, yeah. So what is important to remember? So when the files are used, so behind the scenes data cloud, is the one that loads the file, chunks the data, and then it just converts that into ones and zero, into a number vectorized from embeddings, then stores it in the database. So from our end, we don't have to do anything. That's the important thing. We need to know what is happening. That's all it is. Okay. Yeah. So this is what we just talked about: search index, chunking, custom action. I wish I can show you a demo. Um, we have 10 more minutes, right? I'll show you this so that you'll get an idea how to do this. Okay, let's go there. I believe my audio is okay now, isn't it? Yeah, there is at least the background noise is calmed down, isn't it? Can anyone please
Yeah,
confirm?
Rakesh, now I can hear
Yeah,
better.
right?
Yep.
Okay, finally I got some to see. That's the Okay. So this is the auth which the data cloud enabled. Okay. What I have here is So I have a list of opportunities with and then a pipeline opportunities, but you can just see the lost opportunities right here, isn't it? And I have lost this opportunity against this, to this competitor, and this is the reason for loss. And in my org, I have thousands and thousands of such opportunities. Okay, and this is a real gold mine for me, isn't it? Because when I create a new business page, if I get an option to use the existing lost opportunities and figure out where things went wrong, correct? Then that will help me to plan strategy to win the deal, correct? Yeah. So if I can able to, if the competitor for the new deal is also fresh works, correct? Then if I know the areas where where we did lag and then lost the deal, then that will help me to strategize the new deal, isn't it? So can I bring AI into this mix? Because I have thousands of such deals. It is important for me, intelligence, and manually it is not possible. Instead, I'm going to use AI. Okay. So how do I use data cloud here? And try this. It is fairly simple. All I have to do is go to the data cloud first. Well, data streams first. Okay, we go to this one. Okay, all I'm going to do is I'm going to. Okay, let's do that. And when this data cloud, automatically or both are gets connected. So don't worry. So I hope this will be fast. Okay, I'll see the objects available in Salesforce. When I look for opportunity, there it is. I'll say that I want to bring all the opportunity data into data cloud. Okay, because I have some unstructured data. Yeah, which is the deal loss reason, this is engagements. I just say that create a date, primary keys opportunity ID. For now, this is fine. Custom fees, reason for loss is there. Okay, straightforward. I'll click on select the event time field. I did that. All right. So now what will happen is it will start porting the data into data cloud. That's what's going to happen. It will copy from a Salesforce org into data cloud. Okay. Yeah. So let's wait for this to complete. So this is getting deployed. Nice, isn't it? It's processing. Once it is done, you will just start seeing how many records were brought from data cloud, brought from or the data cloud. Okay. I will click on opportunity home. So this is the starting step. Then I want to, I want to create a model as well. And these are data cloud concepts that which into the details now. Okay, for now, keep that in mind. You need that's it. Okay, yeah, the underlying data from opportunity. Okay, over to all these objects, data list object, data model object. 10 minutes. Just 1 minute, guys. I'm fine with that. Mm. All right. I think I have to. getting slow. Typically, it happens. I choose opportunity. I'm trying to the data model that is essential to move forward. For now, okay, these are standard objects that were mapped. I'll just quickly go ahead and then this is for loss. Party, party. Yeah, text. And I also wanted to have one more, which is key competitor. Text. Okay. So now I introduced two columns. I'll just map this and then we got good to go. Right here, here, I'll just do this. Yeah. So basically data will flow from here to here. Make sense? That. Okay. Again, this is typical data cloud setup to bring data. I've done similar thing. I've done something very, very similar. Okay. Right? For case as well. I'll show you that. Okay. While it will take some time for to pull the data into the into the objects. Yeah. You can just see the last process is empty. Right? So it will take some time. But this is the process. Just like this opportunity, what I did is earlier, I managed to bring the let's see, case data. You can just see this, right? Yeah. It is the case data. Okay, just like what we did for the opportunity, the same way, right? Case data, the comments, the description, everything were pulled in. Okay, yeah. And there was this data model created for case as well. Okay, okay. Yeah. So let's compare both parallel so that you will understand this. What you see is case chunk, everything is created, right? Yeah, it will happen for opportunity as well. Happens. So we'll go back from where we left off. So I have this data model. I believe the data is still not exported. It will take at least few moments to get the data ported. Okay. Um, we'll find our opportunity. Okay. We have only opportunity, correct? And this is where, as I said, so I have some unstructured data, reason for loss, everything, right? So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and then create a search index. Okay. Right now we have three search indexes available by default. Okay. I'll create a new search index. So now imagine that what happens is when I create a search index, it will start chunking the data. Okay, to start vectorizing the data. There's nothing but your data gets broken. It's broken into small chunks. Okay, and vectorization is nothing but converting that into numbers basically in a vectorized form, in a matrix form. Okay, that's all it's going to happen. This is fairly simple again. Okay, all we have to do is just choose the object where I have some unstructured data which I wanted to chunk. And you can just see this, right? It says that it will create two more objects. Let's click on save. Let's wait for this to complete. Section. That's correct. We will to show the answer to everyone. I'll do it. So manage to create a create a search index, isn't it? So once this is done, the next thing is right, you can able to go ahead to the studio and then retriever because the idea whole is the retriever is the middleman. Okay, that brings the chunk data from data cloud to the Salesforce whenever it is queried. Okay, that's the whole thing the retriever does. Okay, go to retriever. Okay, so there is a default C. I can also create one new. That's also possible. Okay, you will see one or two questions in the certification retriever on the data cloud. Okay, yeah. So let's choose this, and I'm just saying that I just created this opportunity. I want this opportunity data to be available, right? Back in the AA agent. Okay, then I have to use an some query about the data intelligence, uh, the deal intelligence, etc. So done. Next, yeah, we're good to go. Okay, this is the key competitor attributes opportunity, map the competitor, then intelligence, lost, lost, section two, business for loss right here. I'll also have the opportunity name. Okay, okay, for now this should be fine. You can save. Okay. Now the retriever is ready. The middleman is ready. Okay. Now I can able to use this retriever to pull the data from data cloud to my to, from the or. I can use certainly the prompt template to bring the data. Okay. So that's it. This is typically what we do as part of this index chunking and clustering. Okay. So what I did is for opportunity, I've also done this for the case, as you can just see right here. The case data was pulled in. Why case data is important? Think about it. I have a something like this, okay, where I wanted to use the past cases, okay, and then see if there is any relevance to that is being worked on. Yeah, if yes, then I can use agent to tell me the recommendation. Say in the last few instances, similar cases were raised, and this was the resolution given. Why don't why don't you use that fix? Why don't you use it as a fix? Right? Yeah. So that kind of that kind of implementation we can probably go with if we have intelligence around the past cases, correct? Instead of manually doing it, I can let AI to do that job for me. For that reason, what I did, just like in the opportunity, I managed to piece. And what you see is the chunky data, okay, all the case, description, everything is available. Then the search creator, retriever was created, and if you want to see how it is used, okay, I'll go to the prompt template. Okay, go to the prompt builder. So what I did is I created a prompt template. Okay, yeah, of that flex, and you can just see this, right? It's a smart recurring issue assistant. Okay, I click here. So this is not new to you guys, right? This is a prompt template again. So these are things that are fine, but you can just see this, right? Past cases, which is not sitting in Salesforce or it is sitting in the data cloud or. How did I manage to do it? Bring this. So all this. Then this was created in the insert resource. You just start seeing this Einstein search as an option. This is where you will just see the retrievers. Okay. Case, it is our case retriever. That's it. Okay. So now to test this one, right? Test this one, I'm gonna do it. Okay. So what I'll do is new version, or probably I have to choose a case. Let me just pull a case. Let's take there is a one board website too slow. Now when I use the prompt template, let's see whether it's going to pull anything around the past cases. What's the issue? Let's go back. Load this one more time. Why did this go? It's gone. Ah, sorry. See it. Let's use the whole idea is yeah, I'll show you this. You can just see this is that one. Yeah. So we use data cloud to to chunk and then make it available, right? For the agent to consume. And this is how we started consuming it. So the prompt template is ready. Given the case, it will tell me the past is based on the past closed cases. If there is any relevance, it will give me the recommendations number one. Then I can use it in multiple ways. I can just convert this into an action, customize it in the agent, or give a screen and then try it. Yeah. So all such things I can certainly do it. That's exactly what I can do it with this aspect, which we just created. So that's for the case. This is for the opportunity. Yeah. So we built this. We brought the opportunity data. We created the search index. We created a custom retriever. Now I can create a very similar prompt template right here as well. You can just see. Go to setup again. Yeah. So very simple. I'll go to the new prompt template. Okay. So this time I'll just say it's a flip. Just say this is about I have one, two, three. So this is the strategic win back sales advisors that we are building. Yeah. And, let's say this is an opportunity object. Okay. So given an opportunity, it will go back and then find the relevant from the past history of closed lost deals. If we go and then okay. So these things are straightforward, pretty straightforward. But this is where the past lost opportunities. Yeah. So we send that data to Data Cloud, chunked it, correct? We chunked it and then we chunked and that is it. Here it is. I should activate. I'm so sorry I didn't do it. Yeah. So I don't think it will be available immediately. Just activate. So yeah, it is this. What I'll do is get the last opportunities from the data. That's it. Yeah. So now I can able to test and then start using it with search text. I will do computer right away. Search text is on the use the name of the opportunity, then description of the opportunity to find the related past deals. Yeah, that's what. Good. And the results I want the reason for loss. Computer is fine. Output phase. I want So it's ID, and I can just select the fields that I want, the chunk I need. Yeah. Looks like this is not recognized because it has to be opportunity OPP, isn't it? So on and so forth. Okay. Now, cool. That's it. We are done. I'll just remove these two for now. It's important for this competitor. Look back the past deals, correct? And then give me a strategy, give me a suggestion. Okay, how do I win this deal? Okay, I'm more like an advisor. Isn't it? So this is ready. You can use Flow or LWC to build a UI and then call this one, or add this as a custom action and then start using. Right? The exact we will do using this data cloud and Agentforce combination. Okay. Yeah. So what's the key takeaway now? We tried a lot of things, isn't it? What's the key takeaway? So whenever you have this unstructured data, we can certainly, right? We can use data cloud to deal with this, right? Because data cloud contains all the required, components like vector database, the way to chunk your data, convert the data into a form that can be stored in the vector database, and then make it available, make it available or searchable. Yeah, all these things are baked into Salesforce. All you have to do is just hit three options: search index, retrieval, creation. That's it, you are done. Okay. Yeah. So you'll be tested around these concepts, the whole point. Okay. Yeah. This is what we just did. So I'll take 5 more minutes, then we can wrap up the session. Okay. Yeah. So a quick knowledge check. This is again about the data. Okay, I'll give you 5 seconds to think, then I'll reveal the answer. Think about the concept that we just learned, data cloud retriever. The new jargon that we started using, right? So if you remember that, you will able to get the answer. So the right answer to this one is option A. So the right use case for data cloud retrievers is whenever you deal with unstructured data, right? Where you which were using which you wanted to build some intelligence, go with data retrievers. Behind the scenes, it is all stored in a special form of database into a special form of database called vector database. Yeah. So to bring the data from vector database, you need this middleman retrievers. That's it. Okay. This is also another question. Just take 5 to 10 seconds, then I'll reveal the answer. Hmm. So the right answer is option B. Okay. This goes back to the question of uploading these, data into my data library. See, these are static files at the end of the day, correct? I uploaded it and then, as I said, it gets loaded into data cloud, chunked, vectorized. Everything is fine, all good, all good. But what if my compliance is, what if my return policy is changed? So I have to come back again to the system, isn't it? Come back into the system and then go to that agent force, the D, isn't it? Remove that file and re-upload the new file. Correct? This is not scalable often, isn't it? Yeah, I have to remove the file and then re-upload the new one. Not a scalable one, isn't it? Yeah. So in that case, what would be the other option? If you remember, I said it is possible for you to use the static libraries, or it is also possible for you to configure the knowledge. Imagine that if the policies and everything are managed, okay, the knowledge object, then it's quite easy for us to make changes and automatically it gets reflected. Okay, it gets reflected and the latest data will be brought back into the search. Okay, so that's the reason. That's the reason, right? The knowledge-based library is implemented. So if you use knowledge object, then you can get a problem of keep updating the file manually whenever the data changes. Okay, so that's why the option B is the one. Okay. Yeah. So this is also again to test your understanding about the different options that the data library provides and which one to go with. Yeah. So that's something that you have to work on. Okay, before you appear for the certification. Okay. The last 5 minutes. So now the agent is ready. Develop, test. Now develop. What is the next step? We have to test it, correct? Of course, I can just test it just by asking some random questions, isn't it? Random questions here and then test it. But is there any structured way to do it? Okay. So yes, there is a structured way. So there is an option in Agentforce which helps you to test the capability of your agent through something called testing center. Okay. So it is fairly simple. All you have to do is go right here. Okay. Go to your agents, get into one of your agents. I'll say this is the one. And all I have to do is once I'm into the library, builder, batch test. So when you do it, okay, Salesforce will help you. Okay, because if you remember the fundamentals, it's all about the instructions, correct? If you have configured the instructions in a detailed way, then the agent will behave right as intended, isn't it? Instead, if not right, it will hallucinate. It will just not produce the desired result. So how do I solve it? So I can simply upload my test cases. Rather, I'll let generate the test cases by the AI itself. Okay. So when I choose this option, what happens is Salesforce will try to generate, test cases for me. I don't have to do that. I can simply let AI generate and fine tune this, later. So once it is generated, I can just click one button to run that. Okay. So everything is everything is just one click for us, to test. So when it comes to testing, automatically it will take a bit of to create the test cases, but this is the option that we will use when it comes to the testing. Okay. Yeah. So everything is neatly configured for us, more enhancements that we can see. But whenever you see any question about testing, your AI agents, see if there is an answer around, if there is an answer which contains testing center option. That is the one that we need to put it. Okay. Yeah. So this is the last knowledge check. Yeah. So token errors. So before this, right, what is token is something we need to know. Yeah. You send this whenever you send this data right to the model. Yeah, typically what happens is the model, I'll just go right here to show you how it looks like. LLM models out there in the market today, and it charges you based on the consumption of tokens. It's more like your prepaid credit card. So you will load some money and you will just start using the card, isn't it? And once you have consumed all the money, you will just read it, correct? Yeah, just like that. Whenever you send some input, this to the LLM model, okay. So automatically it will break that entire input, okay, into tokens, basically characters, 4 characters in some cases, 5 characters in some cases, and it just gives you the tokens. What we typically do is when we buy the license from Salesforce, we pay for, let's say, $500 for 1 million tokens. Okay. So once I run this preview and then run, what happens is 220 tokens, 221 tokens get deducted from that 1 million total credit that is given to me. Okay. Yeah. So you have input tokens and output tokens. So what we see here is the input token. Okay. Similarly, when you get an output, so that will also be, that will also gets broken down into tokens, and then you will be charged for the token consumption. That typically high level how the licensing. It's totally based on the tokens. Okay. Not just in Salesforce, outside Salesforce as well. Okay. Yeah. And if you wanted to know how many tokens that you are running, then use platform OpenAI, tokenizer. That will give you a good idea. how much token is consumed. Okay, give you a ballpark. That's it. Yeah, because based on the actual value, it changes. Okay, so it is important to know the tokens. Okay, this is how it will look like. Okay, so having knowledge will help you to understand the license as well. In Salesforce, there are three different models available: Flexi credits, conversation based, and user based licensing. These two are very recently introduced by Salesforce, the last two. Okay, so there is a I don't want to take much time on this because you will not be tested anything around this in the certification. Okay. But when you do an actual implementation for a customer, spend some good amount of time in going through the different models available, the licensing models available, and accordingly take a call. Understanding token, is important. How much token that likely be consumed. Okay. So that you can able to choose the right model. Okay, in that case. Yeah. So so have this thought in your mind, okay, for the actual implementation. Okay. And finally, with the model builder, very, very simple. So whatever models that Salesforce has with, everything is listed in the model builder. Right. For instance, today you need data cloud actually should be enabled. You will just see all the models that Salesforce has tied with. Okay, so this is where you can control that. Not only this, you can able to add your own model. So if there is a question around how do you bring your own custom model into Salesforce, this is where it is. The answer is go to Einstein today, use model. Okay, if you model uh, one of these platforms, you can very well connect. It's fairly simple. All you have to do is just punch in the endpoint ID, endpoint, and the username password. In this case, API keys to start including the LLM model. That's all it is. Okay, so that's the model builder. Like this, you will also be tested against some out of the box, out of the box AI functionalities available, like instant service replace for email. Just before you appear for the certification, just have a quick look at all these, options available. Anyways, there will be only 10% of questions around these concepts, but having this knowledge will help you in a solution for your business. Yeah. So this is ancient service emails for service replies for email. Like when a rep is working, service rep is working on a particular case, the recommendations will be available, right? The knowledge recommendations will be available. Can I send this knowledge recommendation over an email to the customer just by one click? Yes, possible. Done through the done through AI again. So if this is enabled, it's an app. This is enabled. You will get an option called Einstein email. After which, when you hit this button, automatically email is created and the knowledge article content is used in the email. Okay. Instead of manually doing it, everything is done by AI. So these things, you should be, about it. That's it. Okay. So I'll move forward very quickly. And this is the last one, the cheat sheet. So as is 30, 30, 20, 10, 10. So focus more on the prompt builder agents. Then, the other things are just, 10% of that. Okay. Yeah. So to help with study, right? So we have built this mind map. So this will help you to, actually I have here. So that you need where you need to focus on everything is given in this mind map. Go ahead with this. This is available. Um, yeah, I think enable public access, so you should be able to access it. So you'll have a lot of uh, links that you can use. For example, if you want to learn more about the prompting, you can use this link and then learn. Or if you want to go into details about particular uh, one particular one particular top say Agentforce their assistant. Here it takes you to the exact page where you can read about it. Okay, so only this you can find more information about individual topics. right here. Okay, you can see this, right? Trust layer with no, everything is listed right here. So use this at your disposal. Okay, yeah, and then prepare for your certification. Okay. So that's it pretty much from my end. I'm just thinking anything else. Yeah. Anyways, this PDF will be shared along with the recording. So you will get access to all the links. Okay, this will help you to crack your certification, special certification. Okay. So with that, I'll open for any questions if we have. Okay, I'll take just one. Yes, it is possible to publish your agent. That is a separate encouraging us, to build more and more agents. Okay. So agent exchange is catching up fast. So we go to this agent marketplace because everything reachable, whatever I have just shown you, right? You create an agent, there is a metadata behind the scenes. So you can get that metadata packaged, and you can able to expose that in your app exchange as well. So they're called Agentforce Exchange. Okay, so as we speak, there are a lot of uh, partners, there are a lot of companies have already started building agents and have already started sharing those agents through Agentforce Exchange. So explore that. So whenever you build, you will just see metadata, something like this, GenAI functions, GenAI plugins, or prompts. Yeah, everything. These are the new metadata types in part of Agentforce. Okay, and it's totally packageable. You can do that, Raja. Okay. Knowledge articles gets into indexing. Yes, that is correct. Knowledge articles, when you enable, automatically gets indexed. The good advantage is when you change knowledge article content, automatically it's there. Okay. So unlike the static file condition where you have to change the file and then re-upload it, if you use knowledge articles, you don't have to do that. Okay. So that's about this. Um, yes. So for this one, I think it's a good idea to connect to any external source like S3 or Google Cloud, or GCB or Share, etc. This, to see this one, you will find everything around this DMO, structured DMO, right in the yeah, yeah. I believe I have one. I'll show you very quickly. I believe this is the org. Let's see that. This is for knowledge article. Mm, no, I think it's a different one. Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought I could show you that. Something that we pulled from Amazon. Amazon is free. Yeah. But yes, the place where you should go, Lakshmi, is the data cloud and the DMO. You will find the structure. You will find unstructured DMO. Okay. Once you start filling in the data. So other than that, if there are any questions, please feel free to let me know. Otherwise, I wish you all the very best for your certification. And again, this is not the end. The journey will continue. Now you have the orientation around all the concepts, how it works, everything, right? The deep dive sessions are planned in upcoming community meets. So you'll be hearing more from the community leaders know, around other deep dive planned in the future. Okay, so with that, I'm okay. I'll hand it over to Bhatmashekar sir, Ayyappan Kamal sir.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank
Nagin,
you,
there are
Rajesh.
questions. Please go on.
Yeah,
Okay,
any
Nagin, there
question? Yeah, Mahendra, you can unmute yourself and try to unmute.
yeah, you can unmute Nagin. Okay, maybe we lost Nagin there, I believe. We can go on. Yeah, we can wrap up the call. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I try to unmute. Yeah, I think we are good to wrap up the session. Thanks, Rajesh, for
Yeah.
your detailed session on the day 1, day 2, day 3. So hopefully we learned a lot. If you have any question, please reach out at DM Rajesh
Of course.
uh,
Of course.
via
Please
via
DM. Please
LinkedIn
DM
or
me.
any other sources. Yeah, and sorry for that. Today we had some audio issue and background noise as well for the initial 30 minutes or 40 minutes. So sorry for that. We'll try to.
My sincere apologies. My sincere apologies. I had to
Yeah,
step out for a. That's the reason there was a background
yeah,
noise. Please feel free to touch base on the LinkedIn. Thank you so much, Ayatan. Thank you everyone on the call. Lovely.
yeah. Lovely Saturday. Go for the exam, prepare well, and clear it. And yeah, keep learning the Salesforce and agent related topics. We meet in the in-person session in the upcoming August 2. We have a session. If anyone missed to register, please go ahead and register. So we have a good networking, learning, and knowledge sharing session. Yeah, make use of it. Thank you everyone for the today joining, and we'll make interesting session in future as well. Thank you once again. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ayatan.